Hope everyone's having a good morning today. I hope we have some people joining us for our ballet class. Morning. Good morning, everyone. Hopefully, someone's out there joining us this morning. I know it's early, but it's a great way to start today, stretching using dance to welcome your wonderful day. Waiting to see if we get anybody out there joining us this morning. Great. So this morning, what I'd like to do is I'd like to just kind of start off by introducing myself. My name is Len Lopez, and I'm an instructor at the Guadalupe Dance Academy. I'm teaching currently ballet and specifically how it relates to lyrical dance. But ballet is also really, really important for all styles of dance. And what I'm trying to do here at the Guadalupe is trying to get people to understand the importance of ballet and how it relates to every type of dance, including folklorico, including flamenco. I think it's really important that people start understanding the mechanics behind the dance so that we can really, really start understanding how to perfect and better ourselves as dancers in other fields. Okay, so the real thing behind ballet that I think is very powerful is the fact that ballet is very specifically structured and teaches you how to actually use your body specifically, how to train your muscles in the best way possible to execute specific movements. So today, what I'd like to do is kind of give you a brief peek into what I'm teaching in my classes. So I'm going to try to connect the ballet technique with other styles of dance, such as lyrical and folklorico, so that you can kind of see how they connect with each other. So the first thing that I want to do is let's talk a little bit about our alignment and our bodies. Okay, so if we all stand up, you can join me or you can watch, whatever you feel comfortable with. So the first thing I want to do is I want to talk about our alignment in ballet. So we want to make sure that we are aligned as perfectly as we can from top to bottom. So if I turn sideways, you're going to see that my head should be right over my shoulders are over my hips, and my hips are over my feet. Be careful that we don't want this sway back to happen, and the sway back happens quite a bit. So what we want to do is we want to try to elongate the back and try to be as upright as possible. Okay, this gives us what we call our alignment up and down. Okay, that particular alignment is important because it'll allow us to move more freely and more efficiently through space. Okay, so that's the first thing that we do. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, and we're going to get into our first exercise here, is for our feet. You know, a lot of times our ballet instructors, or you'll take a class, and people always say, point your feet or stretch your feet. You know, the thing that people forget is that we have to learn how to elongate our foot muscles. So if you look at your feet, the tops of your feet here, this part of your foot usually doesn't get stretched very well. So what we want to do is we want to start learning how to stretch that particular foot. So I'm going to do a couple of exercises real quick, and I want us to learn how to do that. Okay. So let me get behind the bar here, and we'll start with our foot exercises. Okay. Let me get some music ready for us. Great. All right. So what I want us to do is focus on our feet right now. So in lyrical jazz, we have positions that are parallel versus in ballet, which we have a lot of positions that are turned out. So I want us to really understand both positions. In parallel, what we want to do is we're trying to hide our heels so that they're not seen by the audience. So if I am this way, I can see my heels from the front. That is not correct if I'm trying to be parallel. If I can see my heels the opposite direction, where they're on the outside of my feet, that is also incorrect. Okay? This is called a pronated position. This is called a turned out position. So right now we're starting in parallel. So I want us to make sure that we hide our feet and we're going to stretch the tops of our feet at this moment. We're going to start by lifting our heels up. Then we're going to go all the way over and really push down on your foot. Be careful that we're really specific and we want to make sure that our ankles are going towards the center of our body. We don't want our ankles to be going outwards because that's going to tend to stretch the outside of our feet here, which is bad for us as dancers. It will cause tendonitis and other problems, and we don't want to go that route. So we want to keep our feet nice and even. So we're going to go right foot, then press all the way over. We'll go back down to the floor and heel down. Okay? Right foot then. Left foot, we go to the next foot, back over. We're going to pop that heel up and then bring it down. I'm going to do this sideways so you can see exactly what's happening. So if I'm taking my right foot, I'm going to go up as far as I can, try to get a nice arch underneath my foot. Then I'm going to press all the way over my foot. So you see that I'm actually curling my toes back. This stretches the tops of my foot, which will allow me to point better, okay? Then we're going to come back and down. We'll do the same thing with the other foot. 1 and 2 and back and down. Then we're simply going to alternate feet going all the way over quickly. Right, then left, then right, then left. Okay? That's a basic pattern. So we're going to do that same exercise. Parallel first position, turned out first position. We're going to move to parallel second position, which at this point I want your heels to be right under your shoulders. Then we're going to go turned out second position. Okay? Nice and simple. Really easy way to get our bodies going and our stretch started. So let's go ahead and get some music going. You can join me or watch. As we start, right foot first and right. And press all the way over, back down, press your heel down. Very nice. Other foot, 1. And over, and back, and stretch. Now we're going to alternate feet. And right, and left, and right, and left. Good. Take it to a releve. Really lift. Slowly lower your heels. Let's turn it out now. Repeat the same combination. Right, all the way over, back, heels down. Left side. 1, all the way over. I hope everyone is getting up out of their seats and joining me. Nice, easy stretch for the morning. We won't do anything too difficult today. Nice and simple, easy ballets. Rise up, slowly come back down. Good. Parallel second. Right foot first. And press. And 3. And 4. Left foot goes right. And 2. And 3. And 4. Alternating feet. We go right. Then left. Then right. Then left. Now let's take it to releve. 2. And slowly lower those heels. And we turn out right. And over. And back. And down. And left. And over. And back. Down. Alternating our feet. And right. And left. And right. And left. Let's go to our releve. Nice and lifted. Good. And slowly down. Good. Take it to a parallel second position. Good. Let's take a rise. Get those heels off the floor. Try to find a balance. Let go of the bar if you can. Stay lift, 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 lift. Good. Bring our knees down, heels down, and stretch. All right. That wasn't too bad, was it? Okay, simple thing, but a thing that a lot of people don't go through. Remember, it is so important. It's just like if you're trying to do more complicated exercise. Let's say that we're trying to do our splits. If you don't stretch your hamstrings, you're not going to get into your splits. The same thing that we're talking about our feet. If we don't stretch the tops of our feet, we're never going to be able to point those feet. It's going to wind up being here because those muscles just aren't stretched out long enough to actually give you a good point. So make sure that every time we start, we stretch our feet. Make sure that that's something that you do not look over, okay? So important. So the next thing I want to talk about, let me come around the front, is plies, okay? Plies are really important in ballet class. It is one of the first exercises we do to warm ourselves up. Plie means to bend, okay? It's French, means to bend. We're bending our legs, okay? The reason that we use plies in ballet class a lot, and in other types of dance, is to use it as propulsion, momentum, and use it to actually give energy to push into another step. Typically, it's a jump or a turn or something of that nature. So what we're doing is we're trying to find some kind of push and some kind of force to get us up and get us moving, okay? So let's talk about these plies. As we do our plie, we want to make sure that our knees are to the side. You want to make sure that they're pushing back and that your booty or your tailbone comes under. So what you're trying to do is, I tend to think about doing plies as if I'm dancing between two solid walls. And as I'm going into my plie, I want to stay within those walls and not hit the wall with my body, either my chest or my knees. It's really important that everything stays under. The reason being is when you do arch your back, or you do something where your weight gets too far behind, if you notice, this is going to force my weight to come forward instead of my weight going straight up in the air to get the highest jump possible. So what we're trying to do is be able to push down and then go straight up in the air without any kind of disturbance, either front or back, okay? This gives you the greatest height that you could possibly have on your jumps. It gives you the greatest push if you're going to turn. It gives you the best, cleanest amount of energy we can to execute these maneuvers. All right, so let me get back behind the bar and we can try some plies. So with plies, we have a couple of different things that we usually talk about. We have two types of plies. One is called a Demi Plie and one is called a Grand Plie. So with our Demi Plies, basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to bend our knees. We're going to want to make sure that our knees go over our toes and as far back as possible. But as in a Demi Plie, we go down as far as we can without lifting our heels. Then we will come back up. That would be a complete Demi Plie. So knees bend, then we come back up. For our Grand Plie, we're going to go beyond that position and lift our heels up. So we're going to go down, pushing our knees back. We're going to come back up, put those heels back on the floor, then stretch our legs. Again, we're going to go all the way down, pushing our knees back, and coming back up and stretching. Good. So in our exercise today, we're going to do 2 Demi Plies, followed by 1 Grand Plie, all the way down, all the way up. Then we're going to take our right arm first. We're going to take it over our head, and we're going to arch back and really stretch through the position and come back to the front. Great. We'll do that twice. First time, our right arm comes back. Second time, our left arm will go back. We will repeat that same sequence in second position. The first time we go over, we're going to stretch over to the right and back. The second time we go over to the left and back. Okay? So, let's try doing some plies. All right, here we go. Get some music going. Very nice. All right, everybody, let's get up off our chairs and try. Demi plie. Stretch. Again. Demi. Stretch. Grand plie. Down. 2. And back up. Take our right arm. Back. Stay there. And come slowly. Let's repeat that again. And demi, and stretch, and demi, and stretch. Grand plie down, and 2, and up, and 2. Taking our left arm and reaching back. Very nice. Come back up. And let's open our feet up to second position. And we'll do that again. Demi. And stretch. In second position, grand plie, since our legs are far apart, there's no need for us to lift our heels, so keep the heels on the floor. Then we'll take our right arm over and reach and give ourselves a nice little stretch. And open. Good. Try it again. Second position, demi, and stretch, demi, and stretch, grand plie, and 2, and up, and 2. Left hand reaches over, reach, and 2, and come back up. Good. All right. So how's everybody doing out there? Hopefully we're getting a lot of people active in this particular class. I also wanted to remind you, please, if you're interested in joining this class or any other class at the Guadalupe Cultural Arts Center, go to the website, go to our Facebook page, find the information. You can always register online. You can pay for your classes online. So everything is done right now to make it easy for you to join our group. Whatever type of dance you want, where they're doing flamenco, they're doing folklorico, we're doing ballet. We'll try to give that those classes and make them available for you. So really, really reach out to us. We're there for you. We want to help you, especially during this time. We're still all kind of stuck in our homes. Nothing really hasn't opened up. So I know that it's frustrating and you want to get out there, stretch your arms, stretch your legs. This is a fabulous way of doing this while being safe at the same time. So always remember, we're here. We're trying to do our best to help our community, to help you, and make sure that as we're trying to stay safe, we're also trying to spread the word about our organization, spread the word about dance, spread the word about arts. So please, 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 if at all you're interested in any of these classes, come to the website, register for these classes, and really help support the community here at the Guadalupe Cultural Arts Center and help the community throughout the world by supporting the arts and supporting organizations like this. We're here for you, and we're here to, again, really, really try to educate you, try to give you the information you need in order for us to really, really progress as a community. So look us up. We're there for you. We're there to help. Great. So how's everybody doing out there? Have we started? Do we have any questions at this moment? Anybody want to reach out? Any questions at all? I'd be glad to answer them. Not yet? Okay, that's fine. Let's go on and go ahead and move on. I want to talk about a couple of other things. So now that we've done our plies, I want us to go out and think about the next movement. So the next movement, typically as the ballet class progresses, will be a step that we call tendu. Tendu means to stretch. So basically all we're going to be doing is we're going to be lengthening one of our legs forward or to the side or to the back as far as we can to give us a maximum amount of stretch. When we do this, it causes our legs to move forward and point our feet. So this particular movement would be a tendu. Let me do it to the side so you can make sure you get my whole foot in there. So this particular action here is what we're trying to learn how to achieve. Now, it's important that when we start doing these exercises, you understand a few things. So in ballet, again, super technical the way it's structured, there is two legs that we talk about when we're dancing. We have one leg that we stand on, which is called the standing leg, and we have one leg that we're using, which is called the working leg, okay? It's an easy concept to understand, but you'd be surprised how many times people tend to try to move their standing leg. When we're doing ballet, I want you to think about isolating those different legs. So we're not going to be moving our whole body in order to get one movement. The idea is to stay controlled, stay structured, and only the leg moves without all this other mess happening, okay? So it's really important to figure the movement out and making sure that all we're doing is isolating the leg movement. So we're understanding what muscles we're using to actually execute the movement, okay? We want to try to think about the mechanics in ballet, the mechanics of our body and the actual muscles that we're using to actually make the movement happen correctly. So in a tendu, I want you to think about the tendu happening starting from behind your back. So if we're pushing down, what I'm thinking about is lengthening this muscle and pushing under the leg and then stretching it completely forward as we're stretching our leg. So that the energy comes from your lower back, under and forward to keep the energy going. When we go to the side, it's going to be the same thing. You're going to go under, but this time it's going to wrap underneath the leg and go sideways there so that the energy, instead of coming from behind here, it comes from underneath the leg through the front. Then we're going to go to the back, boom. This energy is going to be pushing forward from the front. This lengthens and pushes back. Then again to the side, same action. Remember, under and rotating that leg. Okay? So let me get behind the bar again. And let me, left my music here, sorry. And we can start a quick exercise with our tendus. All right. So let's make this pretty easy. We're going to start in first position. Okay. Again, you want to pull up as much as you can, making sure that you're nice and controlled. We're going to keep our weight over our left leg because we're going to be moving our right leg. So we're going to make it nice and easy. We're going to go forward, 2, and in for 2. Then forward for 2, and in. Then you do that twice. Then we go to the side twice. Again, push to the side. Then we go back for 2, in, back for 2, in. Then we're going to go one more time, side, in. We do that twice to complete the pattern. Great. We do that all to the right side. Then we're going to go to the left side. Same thing. 2 to the front, 2 to the side, 2 to the back, and 2 to the side. When we finish that, I want us to go back to the right foot, going forward to first, releve, and down. Side to first, releve, and down. Back to first. So what we did was earlier, we're going to follow the same pattern, but instead of 2 tendus, we do 1 tendu with 1 releve. Then we're going to repeat the same thing on the left side. Side, and back, and side. We stay in releve, and we try to find our balance. Okay? Nice and simple. Let's try this together. See where we're landing. Here we go. Nice and easy tendu. Right foot first. Right, in, right, into the left. Out, and out, and back, and back, and side. Remember, try to keep the other opposite part of your body absolutely straight. Making sure you shift your weight so that you release enough space so that you can actually move the working leg. Good. To the back. To the back. To the side. To the side. Good. Then we go forward. Forward with the right. Releve. Up and down. Then side. Releve. Up. And back. Releve. Up. And side. Releve. Up. Left side now. Left. Releve. Up. Releve. Up. Back. And releve. And side. And releve. Stay there. Try to find your balance. Stay as long as you can. And finish with your plie. And we're stretching. Good. All right. So, how are we doing with that particular exercise? Does everybody understand what we're doing with those tendus? So again, how this relates to some of the other dances is understanding what your muscles are doing in order to get the movement executed correctly. So a simple thing like a tendu will help you understand where your weight is, how to change your weight, and how to move that foot as freely as possible without using other extra muscles in your body. Okay? All right. So we've done a few things already. We've talked about our alignment. We've done our stretching of our feet. Remember the tops of our feet so we can learn how to point. We have done some plies and we've done some tendus. So this starts building a vocabulary that we can use in all types of dance to be able to talk with each other and understand what it is we're doing. Ballet is taught in French. And no matter what language you speak, it's always taught in the same language, so that we're actually speaking dance, not necessarily French. That way we can all communicate and get the same ideas across a variety of different languages, because when we're talking about mechanics of the body, there's really a specific way of doing it. You might be able to call it something differently, but we're all really doing the same thing. So that's what I'm trying to teach and trying to get across is the technical terms, the ways that we can actually communicate with the dancers, with each other, to understand the mechanics of the body. Okay? So hopefully you're getting where I'm coming from and it's starting to make sense how my class kind of relates to everything that's happening. Now, again, I want to come out and reach out to everybody and really focus in on our online classes here at the Guadalupe Cultural Arts Center. So, again, you're stuck at home, got nothing to do, you're looking for something to do. We've got something for you. We've got all types of classes from folklorico to flamenco to ballet. We're there as adult teachers, as children's classes. We can provide that that type of education for you and for your family. So again, look us up on Facebook, look us up on the internet. We can register online. You can pick your classes online. You can pay online. We try to make it as convenient as we can for you to come into our classes and really start learning what we have here to offer. Again, all types of classes, all age levels. We're here for you. We're here for the community, and we really, really want to share our expertise and our knowledge with everyone. I hope you all have been having a good class. I hope this kind of gives you an idea of where my class kind of is going and how it relates to other styles of dance. wanted to open it up to you all. Does anybody have any questions at this moment? I'll come in closer so I can read the screen if anybody has any questions. No? Okay. Well, then, what I'd like to do is just conclude my class this morning. Again, it's just a nice, easy little taste of what we're going to be offering here in our classes. Um, Structure, technique, showing you how that technique relates to other dances. And hopefully, you're interested enough to go online, sign up, and join our classes. Even if it's not my class, there's several classes there that you can select from. Something I'm sure you'll find something that you can enjoy, some your family can enjoy, and we hope we're there for you to help guide you through the process, to help share our knowledge of dance, and help our community grow and prosper. You have a wonderful day, and we'll see you soon.